So Britney Spears finally got the chance to speak publicly and openly about the conservatorship and everything that she has been through, and like it has been some revelations that are actually really shocking. Let's just get into it.
Give me your wig. Give me your wig. Cause it seems like you are through with it.
And now I say shocking, but I feel like the diehard Britney stans, like this Britney Spears stans, will already have a good grasp of what's going on. But I feel like even they, based off of the reactions that I see online, like even they have been like taken aback by some of the things that Britney has said that she's been having to deal with. Now, like I said before, I'm just happy that she has been able to do this shit, because she said in a statement that she felt silenced, like no one was listening to her. All she was getting was a bunch of no's, and it's like she just wants control of her life back. But I wanted to also bring this up. Why is it they just, I don't know, you know, it just came across my mind, like why is it that when you see certain, especially in the past, like certain megastars, there's always some weirdo, abusive fucking father in the mix. Like, and the reason I point this shit up is because Britney Spears, her father, is in charge of all this shit. Like, all this shit apparently, you know, had to be approved before, you know, it went into motion by him. So, and the thing about that is her mother was the main one who was instrumental in like, in the start of Britney's career. Like that's who was really taking care of business and helping Britney out, like her mom. I remember some news reports saying that her mom and they've written a book together, Britney and her mom, and Britney Spears, her father, was only mentioned one time, right? So you take that into account, that they have been the foundation of Britney's career, and then her father comes only now when it's time to collect some coin off the conservatorship. But I thought that was very interesting. Like when you look at the music industry, maybe when you also look at like a lot of child stars too, but like the mega stars that we know about that have passed away also, I'm thinking like Michael Jackson, like all these people had like really hard, abusive ass fathers. And I just want them to get their shit. I want these fathers to get y'all shit together, please. I beg you, please, because this shit is actually ridiculous. So I'm going to go through some of the things that she said. I'm not going to read the entire statement, of course, but I just took some notes based off of the 24-minute statement that she made to the judge. And these are some of the things that that really stuck out to me. So she said that she lied to the world, and I feel like I said, her stans had been picking up on little messages and little shits that she's been leaving, and they kind of been putting the puzzle together. But she said she lied to the world, saying that she was happy when she really wasn't. She said she feels traumatized. She said she can't sleep. She also said that she's angry, and you can hear it in her voice when she's speaking to the judge. And she was speaking so fast that the judge had to be like, yo, like, can you slow it down? Because like basically my court people, I don't know what you call them, clerks or whatever, they have to write down what you're saying. So, and Britney was like, okay, but you can tell that she's like getting like 10, 13 years of isolation and anger out. But you can see based on, and it's really weird because she makes sure to point out that, hey, why are y'all having me in this conservatorship if I'm the one pulling in all the coin? And I'm, you know, the people, my handlers are getting the coin off of me. Like, it doesn't make sense if I'm working and I'm doing it well. Like, why am I in this shit? I remember once she was like, they need to be reminded that they work for me. And I was like, yes, mama, like drag their ass. But for example, look at this. She said, I was on tour in 2018. She basically said I was forced to do, my management said, if I don't do this tour, I will have to find an attorney. And by my own contract, my own management would be able to sue me if I did not follow through with the tour. So even beyond that, they also wanted her to do some shows, like extra shows in Vegas. But during that time, which I found very interesting, is she was directing the shows. She said that she was teaching choreography to dancers. So to me, I'm just like, how are you going to tell me that this woman is so mentally incapacitated or whatever, that you need to have all control over all her finances, everything that she does, everywhere that she goes, every person that she meets, but she's over here directing shows and teaching dancers choreography and shit. She said she was preparing to do that shit, but eventually her handler said, and I'm just calling them her handlers just because I don't know like all the specifics, but like the people around her, the people that Jamie controls, her handler said that, you know, well, never mind, you don't have to do the show anymore. And she said to her assistant, like, okay, this feels weird because anytime they do that kind of shit, it feels like I'm gonna be punished for it. And she was. They ended up telling her that she was not cooperative trying to do the show, even though they told that to her therapist. They said that to her therapist. Even though they told her that, you know, she didn't have to do it in the first place. So because of that, this is important too, because of that, they lied on her. They literally lied on her ass to her therapist. They used that as an excuse, I guess, to change the medication that she had been on for X amount of years, right? That she said they put her on lithium. She said they put her on lithium. Okay? She said she was feeling very drunk. This is what she told her therapist. I told him I was scared and my doctor had me on 6 different nurses with this new medication. Come to my home, stay with me to monitor me on this new medication, which I never wanted to be on to begin with. There were 6 different nurses in my home and they wouldn't let me get in my car to go anywhere for a month. So we talking about medication, we talking about literally lying to the therapist, lying to people to change this medication. It's just like y'all trying to have her ass really drugged the fuck up so that y'all can, so that she won't have the capacity to fight back. Maybe that's what it was serving me. That plan obviously might have worked for X amount of years, but the way that she was speaking, she has all her capacities about her. Like, she knows exactly what the fuck she want to say. She said, I did a whole lot of research, and she came there and she said exactly what she needed to. So it is extremely sad. She said, not only did my family not do a goddamn thing, my dad was all for it. Listen to this. Anything that happened to me had to be approved by my dad, and my dad acted like he didn't know that I was told I had to be tested over Christmas holidays before they sent me away. When my kids went home to Louisiana, he was the one who approved it all. My whole family did nothing. The control Jamie, her father, had over someone as powerful as me, he loved the control to hurt his own daughter 100,000%. He loved it. And now, as usual, when you have these gaslighting, abusive, obsessed with power and control ass men in your lives, they love to act like you're the one who's crazy. And this conservatorship is the way for him to easily do that shit. Like, she's just crazy. And of course, certain people, especially given what she had to go through, of course people have difficult, traumatic, mental breakdown times in their lives, especially you push this person in front of the paparazzi 10,000 times a day, of course, but they need help at that specific time to get through those specific moments, and then they're fine. Britney's fine. Britney, like, she can think, she can act like what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Britney Spears said this through his lawyer, that he's sorry to see his daughter in so much pain and that he misses her and he loves her very much. And with the tone that Britney had in that goddamn statement, she ain't trying to hear none of that shit, as she shouldn't. Maybe that bullshit would have worked with her, 10 years ago or some shit like that, but she's seeing through all the bullshit, and you can hear it in the tone when she's speaking, like, you can hear it. At one point, she was saying she had no privacy at all. I'm sure she doesn't have it in general when it comes to conservatorship, but she was saying at one point she had to work 7 days a week. They took all her possessions, credit card, phone, all that shit, cash, passport. This part is really fucked up to me. She said that she still has an IUD in, and she wants to have a child, and they won't let her ass do that shit. And the last parts of her statement was just talking about the changes that she wants. She said she does not want to be evaluated again. She said she feels like she don't owe nobody anything. And to the judge, she said, ma'am, I didn't even know that you could petition for the conservatorship to end. I'm sorry for my ignorance, but honestly, I didn't know that. And she goes on to say, maybe I'm wrong, and that's why I didn't want to say any of this to anybody, to the public, because I thought people would make fun of me or laugh at me and say she's lying, she's got everything, she's Britney Spears. She wants the conservatorship to end without being evaluated. She said, and considering my family has lived off my conservatorship for 13 years, I won't be surprised if one of them has something to say going forward. Like, we don't think this should end. We have to help her, especially if I get my fair turn exposing what they all did to me. I shouldn't be in a conservatorship if I can work and provide money and work for myself and pay other people. It makes no sense. The laws need to change. What state allows people to own another person's money and account and threaten them, saying you can't spend your money unless you do what we want you to do, and I'm the one paying them? And she says she believes the conservatorship is abusive. So, I mean, there's so much more that she said, but those are kind of the main points that stuck out to me. It's like, I'm talking about all kinds of investigations. I feel like that's one of the reasons why Jamie is pushing back so hard, like the rest of them are pushing back so hard, because y'all know what y'all did to that girl. Y'all know what from a young ass age. You know, she made one statement where when she was talking to the judge, like how she felt like she had to be so pretty and so perfect, overworked for her father. Y'all know what y'all did to that girl, and I feel like, and you know what you're still doing to that girl, and I feel like one of the reasons why they're pushing back so hard against her being released is because, bitch, as soon as that conservatorship ends, as soon as she's released, Britney's going to take her ass to all types of courts and probably get all types of investigations done into what y'all have been doing for a decade on their ass. And you think that you stole this woman's, and you did, you stole this woman's fucking freedom, but at the same time, it's like, bitch, when the tables turn, when the tables turn on your ass, you're gonna be the one without no goddamn freedom. So, I think this made a very big difference. I mean, I don't know specifically what goes on in the courts and shit. I'm not trained in law. I'm sure that's very obvious. But I think just based off of like press coverage and how many people are aware of this shit, and also, you know, it's not just Britney, it's also the fact that it draws attention to conservatorships in general. I think this will make a huge fucking difference, but I think it's actually so evil. What people will allow money to make them fucking do. Like, you really, instead of creating a nurturing, safe environment where your daughter could be creative and express herself, and instead of actually wanting her to heal, you wanted her to be controlled. And it's just, like I said, it's such a weird theme with huge stars and their fathers, specifically. Parents, of course, probably, like I said, child stars and all that shit, but like the fathers, some of these fathers have acted extremely fucked up. But to have her in this like cage is really weird. And I think that in general, if you are a person who only feels like you're powerful by keeping people in cages, by stepping on people, then you're actually weak as hell. It's the fact that she's literally working and directing. She was, like I said, teaching choreography to dancers and shit, doing shit that she has to do in order for y'all to get coin to be her prison guards. That shit is whack. That shit is weird. I'm glad that she said what she needed to say. I don't know what the next steps are after this, but I just hope that whoever needs to go to hell, under the jail, wherever the fuck, to the Phantom Zone, whoever needs to take a trip to Hades and Tartarus and all that shit, I hope the judge will kick y'all ass right into the underworld. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you, because this shit is absolutely ridiculous. She's essentially saying like, I am over here working and making money for you bitches. I'm literally functioning. Why am I still in this conservatorship? So yeah, if you're wondering what was going on with Britney Spears, that was it. I really hope that she can get out of this, because that shit feels, the way that she described all that shit, it felt like mental torture. It felt like someone is taking away yourself. Like who you are, your sense of self, your autonomy. That shit was fucked up. And someone else said online that this is also about like disability rights as well too. That's why I said like, because this draws attention to the idea, to the concept of conservatorships as a whole. And I'm sure there are many abusive arrangements that are going on as well. So I just hope that throughout all this garbage, that something positive can come out of it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in conversations like this, make sure you go to patreon.com/AdrianExpression, where there's extra content and podcasts available for you. Hope you're having an amazing week, and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.